You make a choice and then your mind quietly begins its replay. Did I miss something? What if I should have? That low, persistent doubt, second guessing, erodes confidence, slows action, and turns small decisions into constant mental tax. It's not a failing, it's an adaptive system misfiring. Your brain evolved to keep options open because in ancestral environments the cost of a single mistake could be high. Today, those circuits mean we pay attention to uncertainty when we should be moving. The solution I'll teach you is short, practical, and built to be used exactly in the moment of doubt. It's called the 2-minute Triangulate, a fast, repeatable ritual that converts ambiguous worry into structured evidence and a clear forward choice. No long therapy, no stoic suppression, just a precise 3-step micro-protocol that quiets second-guessing immediately and rewires how your brain treats uncertainty over 2 weeks. Here's the core idea. Second-guessing persists because your mind runs scenarios without external evidence, and that story-producing mode rewards itself with anxiety. Triangulate replaces stories with 3 independent quick checks that produce data. So your brain, which loves evidence, rewards you for acting or for accepting a pause with less psychic cost. The loop itself takes 2 minutes most of the time and has 3 parts. 1. The fact check, 30-60 seconds. 2. The impact frame, 30 seconds. 3. The action anchor, 30-60 seconds. Use them in order every time doubt appears. Step 1. Fact check. The first move is empirical and short. Ask, what do I actually know right now? Then speak or write 3 facts. No interpretations, no what-ifs. Facts are concrete, timestamps, receipts, names, decisions already made, or measurable outcomes. For example, I accepted the meeting time at 2 p.m. I requested 2 deliverables. The budget line exists. Writing facts forces the brain out of narrative mode into reality mode. Labeling 3 facts reduces emotional intensity because it deprives the inner storyteller of ammunition. Fact checks break the loop by anchoring you to external reality, not imagined consequences. Step 2. Impact frame. Ask, if I'm wrong, what's the actual impact in the next week? Pick the smallest plausible measurable harm and the best plausible benefit. Be concrete. Dollars, hours, relationships, reputation. Use a time window, 24 hours, 7 days. Often you'll find the downside is smaller than the imagined catastrophe. If the worst case is large and irreversible, that's a different class of decision and deserves a higher threshold method. The 2-minute Triangulate is for everyday second-guessing and mid-level choices. The frame reduces anxiety by translating vague fear into a small set of measurable trade-offs you can weigh quickly. Step 3. Action anchor. You now have facts and a bounded impact estimate. The final step is to choose a single micro-action that either resolves the uncertainty or locks in the decision responsibly. There are 3 types of anchors depending on the frame. A. Confirm. A 1-sentence check with a person who can disambiguate. Quick check. Did we confirm budget for X? B. Fix it. A 1-minute correction that mitigates risk. I'll add contingency line and note version. Or C. Move on. A short commitment that preserves momentum. I commit to this plan for 72 hours. I'll review metrics then. The anchor must be explicit, time-bound, and small. Committing aloud or writing the micro-action converts abstract worry into a testable experiment. Those are the 3 steps. Together they produce 2 outcomes. Either the doubt dissolves because the facts and narrow impact show you were fine, or you create a tiny corrective action that materially reduces risk. Both outcomes reduce the brain's need to ruminate. Let me show you 3 concrete scenes so this feels usable immediately. Scene A, the project estimate. You submit a time estimate and later think you underbid. Fact check lists 3 facts. Scope described, tools available, past similar project took X hours. Impact frame. Worst case is asking for an extra 2 days of work. Best case is finishing early and using leftover time for polish. Action anchor. Write a short note to the client. I'll start with delivery A in 2 weeks. If scope growth appears, we'll add a small buffer. Proposal attached. If the buffer is needed, you act. If not, the umpteen what-ifs stop. Scene B. The relationship message. You text someone something and then worry it sounded cold. Fact check. Retrieve 3 facts. The message content, their prior tone, the time of day. Impact frame. Worst case, they feel slightly dismissed for 1 day. Best case, they reply warmly. Action anchor. Send 1 clarifying sentence or plan a brief call in 24 hours to check tone. Often the clarifying sentence is unnecessary. Just planning to check removes the anxious rehearse. Scene C, the hiring decision. You chose a candidate and now doubt lingers. Fact check. List interview notes, references, key skill markers. Impact frame. Worst case, a mismatch costs 2 weeks of ramp and training time. Best case, the hire accelerates product work. Action anchor. Schedule a 30-day check-in with measurable criteria. Add a short onboarding step to mitigate risk. The important nuance. Triangulate is not about perfectionism avoidance through bluster. It's about lowering the psychological temperature so the brain stops generating endless hypotheticals. It treats doubt as a signal for quick evidence gathering. 2 supporting practices make the work durable. Practice A, the 2-minute diary. Each evening, note one moment you use Triangulate and the outcome in one sentence. This ledger builds empirical memory. Over time, you'll see how often doubt was disproven and how small corrections solved real issues. The ledger trains the brain's belief model. Reality is more predictable than your anxiety suggests. Practice B, the pre-commit threshold. For recurring decision classes, calendar changes, expense approvals, design revisions. Predefine a threshold that determines when to escalate beyond 2 minutes. Examples: changes over $1,000, schedule moves that affect more than 3 people, or anything irreversible. If your doubt falls into the pre-commit threshold, switch to a richer decision protocol. Otherwise, use Triangulate. This avoids misapplying the micro-protocol to high-stakes, slow-time choices. A 2-week training plan to make triangulation reflexive. Week 1. Consciously apply Triangulate to small daily doubts. What to eat, whether to reply now, minor schedule edits. Log each attempt in the 2-minute diary. Aim for 5-10 uses in the week. Week 2. Expand to higher salience daily decisions. Project assumptions, social invites, small purchases. After 2 weeks, review the diary. Count how many doubts were resolved without correction, how many required a micro-action, and whether time spent worrying decreased. The habit emerges from repetition and feedback. Your diary provides both. Common objections and how to handle them. Objection 1. This feels like a shortcut that avoids responsibility. Triangulate doesn't avoid responsibility. It forces a precise, tiny responsibility, either a fact check, a mitigation, or a time-bound commitment. That is responsible action, not evasion. Objection 2. I get stuck on the fact check. My mind still keeps imagining. Use a physical prompt. Set a 60-second timer and force 3 facts on paper. The time boundary disables endless rumination. Objection 3. I'll only confirm with others and create busy work. Keep confirmations single sentence and targeted. If you need to ask someone, frame the exact disambiguating question and propose a 1-sentence answer you expect. That minimizes friction. Advanced variations for pattern doubts. Variation A, the pattern map. If you notice consistent themes in your diary, people-related, competence-related, loss-related, make a short pattern map. Note the trigger, the typical imagined cost, and one pre-written anchor you can deploy. Pre-written anchors speed responses and reduce churn. Variation B, the social triangulate. When doubt involves other people, triangulate publicly with a simple script. Quick fact check, did we decide X? If yes, I'll proceed. If not, can we pick A or B by noon? Social triangulation reduces ambiguity for everyone and naturally shortens the rumination window. Psychological framing, why this actually retrains your brain. Second guessing is maintained by 2 reinforcing loops. A story loop where anxious simulation rewards itself by generating more possible outcomes, and an avoidance loop where inaction prevents disconfirming evidence. Triangulate interrupts both. The fact check reduces story content, the impact frame bounds consequences, and the anchor produces evidence. The brain responds to evidence. Repeated small proofs recalibrate its predictive model. Over time, the default level of doubt lowers because the brain learns that uncertainty is either resolvable quickly or safe to defer. Practical starter you can use right now. Think of one tiny thing you've been worrying about for the last 24 hours. Spend 2 minutes. List 3 facts. Estimate the 1-week impact worst and best, and pick a single micro-action. Confirm, mitigate, or commit with a time-bound review. Do it now. Notice how much mental energy you save. The last crucial point, Triangulate is not meant to eliminate caution. It's meant to stop unnecessary rehearse and to convert legitimate uncertainty into manageable experiments. Use pre-commit thresholds for high-stakes scenarios. Keep a diary to track your patterns, and rely on tiny, time-bound actions instead of endless internal debate. 2-week practice, consistent application, and a short ledger will shift second-guessing from a chronic noise into a structured signal, one you can act on cleanly. If you try it, Come back in 2 weeks and count how many doubts you resolved in under 2 minutes. You'll likely find the number is high and the residual dread substantially lower. Start with one doubt now, triangulate, then do it again. The habit of decisive, evidence-based micro steps is how you stop living inside your mind's what-if loop and start living with the calm confidence of someone who knows how to test, fix, and move forward.